Last night, I got a text from Mike Lee. It said, check my Twitter feed. So I did. If false, slander. If true, war. And it was the story about how we may have blown up the Nord Stream pipeline. I wrote to him right before I came on the air today, and I said, so what do I tell the people? And he said, I would tell your audience, we don't know whether or not this is true. Lone author writing on Substack, relying on a single source isn't good, but we have no confidence either way. Is it true? I don't know. But if it's true, it's a real problem, a huge problem of epic proportions. Plus, who else might have done this? Who else had the capacity? Mike will be joining me tomorrow to flesh that out, but I wanted to get Bill O'Reilly on to see if he has an initial take, because I think this is all about the loss of the press and credibility. We don't know who to believe and what to believe. Bill, welcome.
Beck, I'm sending you some free stuff before we get into this on Team Normal. Are you on Team Normal?
I don't know what Team Normal is. If you're the head of Team Normal, I think you might want to
I'm sending it to you anyway. So it's Team Normal versus Team Crazy.
Yeah.
If you listen to Governor Huckabee Sanders' speech.
Yeah.
So I'm on Team Normal. I know that's been disputed.
Yes.
But on BillO'Reilly.com, we got the hats and the shirts. We got bumper stickers.
Okay.
And if you want to be on Team Normal, all right, and I think you do, Beck.
I would like a Team. Do you sell the Team Crazy?
We don't want to promote the Team Crazy.
Well, I thought I could just wear it once in a while as a dad around the house. You know what I mean?
All right. Now, Seymour Hersh, who wrote this story on Substack about the pipeline, is a loon. Okay, lost his mind about, 30 years ago, in my opinion, my humble opinion. It's a subjective analysis of Mr. Hersh. He did good work in Vietnam.
Yep.
But after that, it was just crazy time.
Yeah, he has come up with a lot of things and not usually verifiable.
Never borne out.
Yeah.
So he loves this. Knowing the Biden administration the way I do, I think it's almost impossible that Joe Biden would order an attack on the Nord Stream pipeline. He just doesn't have that kind of grit, and that could start a world war with nukes. So I would say to Senator Lee, with the respect, I don't believe the story as it stands.
Well,
now.
He said, in all fairness, that's what he said.
Yeah.
I don't believe it, but I can't dismiss it either.
Well, I can't dismiss Martians from Venus. I mean,
well, they would be, what are they, tourists on Venus? Why would Martians be on Venus?
You could go this conspiracy route all day long, but I'm a fact-based guy.
Correct.
And the only people really watching this, you're never going to get any reporting out of Russia that's worth anything.
Yes.
So you can't believe anything they
Correct.
say. But the Swedes, Olaf and the Swedes,
yeah, right.
and that group over there, what are they? Yeah, they're watching it.
Right.
So at this point, I think this isn't really, something that America should be concerned about. Do you want to get into the State of the Union? Because I have one thing that everybody missed, Beck.
Yeah, I do. But I want to take this conversation one step further.
Sure.
The problem with this story, Bill, is we have been lied to so many times by our administration, by our media, that I find myself in a position to where I can't make a call on a few things like this. I'm like, I don't think we did that, but if we did do that, it'd be really horrible. But I don't think we could ever prove it because no one is a journalist anymore. Nobody actually is.
Even if you were a journalist, I am a journalist, and I can scuba dive. If you want to put me in a little bell,
right?
I'd
love to put you in a little bell.
I know you would.
Yeah,
you jealous, jealous guy. Anyway,
all right.
But it's impossible. You just can't get to that kind of a story.
So do you believe we'll ever find out who blew it up? Because somebody did.
Look, I don't know whether that is a physiological fact that somebody did. You're way under the water. You're got all kinds of combustibles going through the pipeline. Certainly, it could have been some kind of malfunction. So I don't think I would go with sabotage 100% at this point.
I think the Swedes and Elsa,
and
her
Swedes,
sister, and her sister were there.
Yeah.
I believe they investigated. It was sabotage. Okay, so tell me what we missed on the State of the Union.
Okay, and the guy in the Wall Street Journal just ripped off my analysis. Henninger is his name today. So right after the State of the Union, I did instant analysis on radio and television. That's what I do for a living. And I said, look, did you not pick up the living wage comment? And you're an expert at this. At the end of it, he's going, everybody should be in a union because everybody should have a living wage and everybody should have health care, the usual. A living wage, is a Marxist tenet.
Yes.
That means the government sets everybody's salary. No corporation or company is going to set a living wage. So I brought it to Cuomo last night. I do a hit with him on Wednesday on News Nation, which you should watch, just because you'll be entertained, Beck. All right. And I said to him, hey, did you catch this? And, of course, he said no. But then he started to do the little dance about, well, he meant minimum wage. I said, no, he didn't. He didn't. We already have minimum wage laws. He meant living wage. So fast forward to this morning, I opened the Wall Street Journal, which is worth reading on its editorials page side, and there's Henninger going, Biden has come out of the closet as a socialist. And that's true. But here's the real tragic part. Biden doesn't even know what a living wage means. He doesn't even know it's part of the Karl Marx program. He didn't write that speech. He went over it 15 times and he delivered it pretty well. You got to be honest. He had good energy. He didn't look befuddled.
He had good energy.
Look,
I don't know what they...
that delivery to what he usually does, stammers around with, that was light years better.
Yeah.
But he didn't write any of it, and unlike Trump and Obama, they didn't write either, but they edited heavily, both of them. But I don't know whether Biden... But I doubt that he's sitting there with a Sharpie editing. I doubt it. He pretty much does what he's told to do by Susan Rice.
The New York Times did a whole story on this and said he does edit, and he's
How do
looking
they know?
because they had several insiders of the White House. Bill,
insider.
And they said that he edits and he marks it up where he needs to pause, and he looks for, because he has a strong rule, no acronyms, and words that he thinks he might stutter, he takes those out.
Jill Biden does, not him. Listen, whenever you see anonymous sources, New York Times, forget it.
No.
Forget it.
No.
I mean, yeah. They want to make them look good, so an insider told me. I just can't even imagine him with his concentration span being 18 seconds, all right, sitting there with an hour and 12-minute speech going over it line by line. Now, what he does do is read the teleprompter, and he reads it, and he reads it, and he reads it. And they have built in the teleprompter, pause.
Right.
Stop.
Right.
Smile. Grimace.
Grimace. Bill, let me ask you, he ad-libbed a few things that apparently were not in the speech, and one of those was his angry response about who wants to be President Z in China? Nobody. And he goes from like okay to screaming, flaming mad in an instant.
That sounds like me.
Well,
look, I'm not going to analyze his emotional capabilities. I mean, he called some reporter a dog pony soldier or something. I mean, it's just incoherent gibberish. And so I don't even bother with that. What really, really disturbs me, and this is not in the forefront of the American people's mind. They're calling him a liar, and he's a liar, he's this, he's that. He's delusional, Beck.
Oh.
He lives in a world of delusion. He thinks he's doing a good job with the economy. He believes that he is a deficit cost cutter. He believes this stuff, okay? And it's so far from reality, but we all know older people who you go in and then there they are, and it's the same syndrome. And run for office again? This man is going downhill faster than Lindsey Vonn. You think this is going to get better with him?
No.
I mean,
no.
I'm just sitting there going, this country, if this man wins another 4-year term, this country is going to be damaged beyond repair. We can repair it now.
I have about 70 seconds. I have to ask you about the spat between Donald Trump and Ron DeSantis. What is Trump doing? Stop with this. I
agree 100%. I agree. It's a terrible tactic. He doesn't need.
He doesn't.
To.
He doesn't. If he
right.
would, yeah. If he would just.
But it's
be
all
president.
about discipline with him.
Yeah,
you know that.
I know.
It's emotion and discipline. He's going to have a tough time, getting that nomination unless he changes course fairly quickly.
Bill O'Reilly from BillO'Reilly.com. Make sure you watch his No Spin Zone every night on BillO'Reilly.com. He's also got products, and his latest book also available online at BillO'Reilly.com. Bill, thanks. Talk to you again next week.
Look for that gear, man. I want to see you wearing that hat.
Yeah, like you send me the books, too. Yeah, I'll look for it.